In this episode, Başak and Baran follow the old map that came out of the clock tower and head toward the harbor. But the mark on the map does not only point to a place, it also asks a question. At breakfast, everyone gathered around the table. The map lay in the middle, and the compass symbol on it glowed now and then, almost as if it were breathing.
The map was not this bright when it came out of the drawer last night. That means something is calling us.
I think the map is not a morning person. It looked cooler at night.
Breakfast first. Mystery second. Reading a map on an empty stomach is like reading a book upside down.
And team rule. Nobody goes to the harbor alone. Adventure is good. Being careful is even better.
Okay, Dad. We will go as a team. Let us tell Eris, Buse, Ella, Taha, Ika, and Tarek too.
It would be good if Taha brings his binoculars. Last time he looked at his shoe, but maybe this time they will help.
On the edge of the map were three small symbols, a lantern, a seashell, and a footprint. Başak drew them in her notebook. Baran moved his compass bracelet closer to the map. Suddenly, a thin light came out of the compass symbol and drew a line across the map toward the old harbor.
That harbor used to be a place where not only boats came, but secrets too.
The biggest secret I know is how the pretzel seller at the harbor always kept his pretzels warm.
Dad, somehow we are talking about pretzels again.
Because some secrets are delicious.
In the afternoon, when the team reached the old harbor, sunlight sparkled on the water and the boats rocked gently. In the middle of the stones stood an old brass lantern.
I did not see this here yesterday. I photograph every beautiful thing at the harbor.
And I scientifically test every slippery stone. Usually by slipping on it.
The light inside the lantern is the same color as the compass symbol on the map.
Then this is the first clue. But before we touch it, let us look around.
Baran noticed thin marks on the stones. The marks moved like tiny waves from the lantern toward the lighthouse.
It is as if the lantern is showing us the way.
I looked through the binoculars. The lighthouse is still a lighthouse. Big discovery.
Taha, we could have known that without binoculars.
Yes, but with binoculars it feels more professional.
When the team entered the lighthouse, they saw old gears, wooden stairs, and round windows. In the center were three pieces, a seashell, a compass disc, and a small wooden wheel.
The second symbol on the map was the seashell. So the next puzzle is here.
There is no writing, but there is a pattern. We may need to place the pieces according to the light.
Look at the window. The sunlight is making 3 round spots on the floor.
I am putting the wooden wheel here.
Eris, you are holding it upside down.
Not upside down. Creative angle.
Başak placed the seashell on the first light spot, and Baran placed the compass disc on the second. Eris turned the wheel the right way this time. When the pieces settled into place, a soft click sounded in the room. A thin panel opened in the wall of the lighthouse.
I like click sounds. Usually something opens. Sometimes a teacher takes attendance.
Inside the panel was a small blue glass piece. It had a footprint symbol on it. When they held it to the sun, glowing footprints appeared across the dock.
The third sign, footprints. The map wants us to walk.
If a mystery makes us exercise, it is a healthy mystery.
The glowing footprints stretched along the dock, passed between colorful ribbons, and led to the door of an old boathouse. The team followed them with excitement.
The footprints definitely go to the boathouse.
I think we should go this way first.
Eris, that is the ice cream shop.
I know. Sometimes clues hide inside cones.
Boathouse first. Maybe ice cream later.
The boathouse door was old, but it was not locked. Inside, they saw ropes, shelves, small boats, and something large covered with a cloth.
Someone worked here. There is dust, but everything is organized.
There is an old model boat in the corner. It has the same compass shape on it.
Children, careful but calm. When we are curious, we do not scatter things around.
I will lift the cloth. Everyone take one step back.
Ibrahim slowly lifted the cloth. Under it was a small but beautifully made lighthouse mechanism with tiny gears and a little space for a light.
This is not a toy. It is a model, but it looks like it can work.
The blue glass might belong here.
The lighthouse was missing its heart. We found the glass.
Başak placed the glass into its spot. At first, the tiny mechanism stayed silent. Then the gears inside began to turn, and small patterns of light appeared on the ceiling.
The ceiling looks like stars. But these stars look a little like the sea.
Because it is a route. Look, the lights are forming the shape of an island.
That is exactly what I was going to say. Just in a cooler way.
Murat, you only just came in.
I smelled the mystery from far away.
Uncle Murat's arrival made everyone laugh. But the lights on the ceiling really did draw the shape of an island. A small dot blinked on top of it.
The old harbor on the map was only the beginning. The real secret is on the island.
But first we need to solve this episode's mystery. Why did the lighthouse go quiet?
Long ago, the harbor light guided boats on foggy nights. But one day, when the glass of the mechanism disappeared, the light grew weak.
The person who hid the glass was not bad. Maybe they simply wanted children to find it together one day.
Because some secrets do not belong to one person. They belong to the ones who listen together.
When Başak heard this, she looked at the blank edge of the map. A new sentence appeared there: when light is shared, it becomes a path.
I found it. That is the answer to this episode. The lighthouse works not alone, but when everyone helps.
So the lighthouse is charged by friendship?
Not technically, but it sounds nice.
Then can my skateboard work with a little friendship too?
Let it work with brakes first.
Everyone laughed. Then the tiny mechanism moved an old lever connected to the real lighthouse. Outside, the big light trembled for a moment, then spread across the sea again. The harbor filled with applause. People on the boats waved. Even the gulls seemed to add small sounds to the melody.
The best thing you did today was think without rushing.
And not forgetting the goal despite Eris's ice cream clue.
Ice cream is still an unsolved matter.
We can do serious research on that.
When night fell, the team stood on the dock and watched the lighthouse beam. Başak held the brass lantern. Baran looked at the compass disc.
The compass is not pointing north. It is pointing to that little island.
There is a green light over there. Very faint, but real.
Is that a new clue?
I looked through the binoculars. Yes. And this time I was actually useful.
Let us put that on record.
That night, the light of the old harbor returned. Başak and Baran had completed their second adventure. But the green glow from the little island far away whispered a new question. In the next adventure, the team will go to the island in the mist. Because some lights show not only the way, but courage too.